We have now seen the fastest collapse of a foreign policy victory that I can remember. Recall just a couple weeks ago, Trump was everywhere declaring that he had done what no one else could do. He ended the war with Iran again. After 40 announcements that it was almost over or over, Trump announced, we've got a memo. We have a letter of understanding with Iran. We're finally getting peace. We're going to have negotiations. Everyone said it couldn't be done, and I am a peacemaker, and I have done it. And again, there was like, oh, Trump gets the Nobel Peace Prize for what? Ending a war he started? In any case, none of it lasted very long because overnight, the United States has launched another round of military strikes against Iran. According to the Pentagon, they went after Iranian military assets because 3 commercial ships were attacked in the Strait of Hormuz. At the same time, the Treasury Department revoked the temporary authorization that was allowing Iran to sell oil under that interim agreement. So in other words, when someone tells you the war has ended and you see this, you realize it really hasn't. And then comes the most remarkable part, which is Trump himself sitting there at the NATO summit, asked about the ceasefire. And instead of going, no, the ceasefire, yes, negotiations are continuing, it's a temporary setback, he basically says the entire thing is dead. It's dead.
It's a very interesting question. To me, I think it's over. I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people. They're led by sick people. And they're vicious, violent people. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it. As far as I'm concerned, it's over. I'll speak to her.
As far as I'm concerned, the ceasefire is over.
Negotiators, they want to negotiate. They're good people. Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner. But they have to come back to me. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a waste of time dealing with them. They're liars. We make a deal. And if I make a deal with him, we have a deal. And he goes out, he talks. We make a deal. Everyone's agreed. No nuclear weapon. We make a deal. They go outside, talk to the press. They say, we never even talked about it. There's something wrong with them. They're cuckoo.
They are cuckoo. Think about how extraordinary this is. The guy who spent days celebrating the agreement goes, it's finished. These people are cuckoo. It's not Democrats going, this isn't really a bona fide ceasefire. It's Trump. And then he escalates the rhetoric further with this whole, like, they're sick people. They're a cancer. They've got to be cut out. And he says even more military action could be coming. This is why I have been repeatedly saying one of the defining characteristics of Trump is he declares victory long before the work is done. And he did it with Infrastructure Week, 20 times? He did it with the border. He's done it with trade wars. He's done it with health. Remember healthcare, July of 2020. He goes, we have a new healthcare bill. It's going to be signed into law within 2 weeks, and it never happened. With Ukraine, I'll end it within a day of becoming president-elect. And then it was, I'll end it within a day of being sworn in. It'll be within a month, within 100 days. And then it's maybe never. And now we've got it with Iran. You announce the success and have a victory lap and tell everybody the problem's been solved. And listen, when he does it, the stock market does spike. But then this happens. And now as I look, the Dow is down 500 points once again. And then later we have to kind of figure out, was anything really solved here or was it not? That original memo, it's important to remember, a lot of people thought the memo basically was like, okay, the deal is done. The memo said there will be 60 days of negotiations. That does not seem to be going particularly well. And remember that even before those talks really could begin, J.D. Vance went to Switzerland to supposedly partake in negotiations. In under 48 hours, he's like, I got to get home. And then we've got ships taking strikes and Iran is threatening and Bahrain is activating missile warnings. Oil prices are up. Markets are down. Now, to be very clear, if Iran attacks commercial shipping, any American president would face pressure to respond. That's totally legitimate. That's a separate question from whether the agreement was even remotely durable. And so the issue is less that the military was used. The issue is Trump sold to the country again the idea that he had ended the conflict. And he wanted the political credit right away. And he wanted gas prices to go down right away and the stock market to go up right away. And for everybody to believe this is another historic Trump deal. And now, less than a month later, he's going, it's over. These people are cuckoo. And the guy who campaigned on endless wars are bad and I'm the peace president, we're going to get you peace through strength, and his supporters celebrated it, now has an agreement that has fallen apart before the negotiations really advanced. So obviously, the immediate danger is more strikes. But the broader danger is this really may be a war that goes close to the midterms. And if that's the case, that is very, very bad for Republicans, but potentially auspicious if your priority is to get different people in charge, or at least in control of the House of Representatives. I hate to make it political, but the politics of it matter. Putting Republicans out of power in the House of Representatives would be a great thing to do. And if Trump's incompetence and incoherence push that along, then we have to accept that. Thanks for watching. Check out another one of our videos and make sure to subscribe so YouTube keeps our content in your feed. And if you prefer audio, subscribe to the podcast on Spotify or Apple.